Today we will crochet this colorful patchwork pocket shawl. It is made up of 4 patterns. It has 2 pockets whose design I really like. We can add a fringe to the shawl if we want. The knowledge of basic stitches is essential and this tutorial is going to go fast for a beginner.
Hello and welcome to Let's All Crochet. Thank you for coming back, and if you are new, please consider subscribing for weekly new tutorials. To crochet this pocket shawl, we will need the following. 7 colors of medium weight yarn. I have used 1 of purple, 1 of green, 2 of pink, 1 of blue, 1 of light blue or sky blue, 1 of yellow and 2 of dark green. You can substitute these colors with any colors that you want. We will also need 2 sizes of crochet hooks, 6mm or the J size and the 6.5mm or the K size. We will also need scissors, measuring tape, tapestry needle and stitch markers. Now let's begin. My pocket shawl is about 70 inches long by 18 inches wide. You can check the description box for details. We will crochet this shawl in 4 parts and then sew all the parts together. You can see in the image. Now these are the 4 parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in each part there are 4 patterns, pattern A, B, C and D. They are all arranged differently and I will explain how to arrange them. So let us begin with part 1 of the shawl. In part 1, we are going to begin with pattern A. Pattern A is with the purple yarn and the 6mm crochet hook. Make a slip knot. Now we are going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will meet you once we finish. You can count your chains by counting the V's that you see. In row 1, we are going to begin with a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch. Skip the first chain. Into the second chain, you can work into any loop that you want. So make a single crochet. Now make a single crochet in the next chain. Make a single crochet in all the chains till the end of the row and I will meet you once you finish. At the end of the row, count your single crochet by counting the V's that you see. You will have 29 in this row and all the rows from now on. Row 2, chain 1 and then turn your work. Begin working in this first single crochet. So the loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain 1 stitch. And in this first single crochet, go below both the loops of the V. Start making your single crochet. Make a single crochet in every stitch till the end of the row and I will meet you there. I have reached the end of row 2. Make sure you don't skip the last single crochet. Just turn your work to see it clearly. So at the end of row 2, you will again have 29 single crochet. Row 3, chain 1 and then turn your work. So begin making single crochet in this first single crochet. It is also a single crochet row. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain stitch and let's work in the first single crochet. Continue making 1 single crochet in every single crochet of the previous row and I will meet you once you finish. Row 4. This is also a single crochet row, chain 1 and turn your work. Begin making single crochet in the first single crochet till the end of the row. The stitch count will remain the same. At the end of the row, we are going to change colors in the last stitch. I will meet you there. So in this last single crochet, we are going to switch over to green yarn. Insert your hook in the last stitch below both the loops of the V. Yarn over and pull through with the purple yarn. Once you have 2 loops on your hook, you're going to drop the purple yarn and pick up the green yarn in a loop form. Now catch it on your hook and then pull it through both the loops. We have now switched over to green. Tug on the yarns to tighten. Row 5. In this row, we are going to make the spike stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. Make 4 single crochets starting in the first single crochet. So make 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we are going to begin working the spike stitch. So now in this next stitch, we are going to make a spike stitch, and in the single crochet after that we are going to make a single crochet. If you want, you can mark this with a stitch marker so that we don't miss it. Now we are going to pull up 5 long loops for the spike stitch. Now this is the row we are working in. The first long loop is going to be 1 row below and 2 behind the current stitch, which is this spot. The next long loop is going to be 2 rows below and 1 behind the current stitch, which is this spot. The third long loop is going to be 3 rows below in this spot. The fourth long loop is going to be 2 rows below and 1 ahead, which is this spot. And the last long loop is going to be 1 row below and 2 ahead, which is this spot. For the first loop, we are going 1 row below and 2 behind in this spot. Yarn over and pull through. Pull up a long loop. For the second spot, we are going to go 2 rows below and 1 behind, which is this spot. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a long loop. For the third spot, we are just going to go 3 rows below. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. Now for the fourth spot, we are going to go 2 rows below and 1 ahead. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. We are pulling up long loops. And for the last spot, we are going to go 1 row below and 2 ahead in this spot. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. Once you have all 6 loops on your hook, you are going to yarn over and carefully pull through all 6 loops. Now after you finish the spike stitch, we are going to turn our work. We are going to skip 1 stitch, which is the spike stitch, and in the next stitch we have marked it with the stitch marker. This is where we are going to make our next single crochet. We are going to make a single crochet in the stitch with the stitch marker. So you want to make sure this working yarn lies behind the stitch like this. Now insert your hook in the stitch that we want to make a single crochet, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both the loops. After you finish, you are just going to remove the stitch marker. We have made 1 single crochet, and now we are going to make 6 more single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We have 7 single crochet in all, and now we are going to make the next spike stitch. Just like the first spike stitch, we are going to go 1 row below and 2 behind, pull up a long loop. We are going to go 2 rows below, 1 behind the current stitch and pull up a long loop. We are going to go 3 rows below the current stitch and pull up a long loop. We are going to go 2 rows below and 1 ahead of the current stitch and pull up a long loop. We are going to go 1 row below and 2 ahead of the current stitch and pull up a long loop. Now we have 6 loops on our crochet hook. Once we have all 6 loops on our crochet hook, yarn over and pull through all the 6 loops. Now we are going to skip 1 stitch and make a single crochet in the next stitch. So skip this stitch, and in this next stitch we will make a single crochet. Make sure the working yarn lies behind the stitch. Insert your hook in the stitch, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now make 6 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 single crochet in all, and now we are going to make the spike stitch again. So let's work the spike stitch together. Pull up the first long loop, the second long loop, the third, the fourth, and the 5th. Once you have all 6 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops carefully. Now turn your work to the back. Skip 1 single crochet, and in the next single crochet we are going to make a single crochet. Make sure your working yarn lies behind the stitch that you are going to work into. Insert your hook below both the loops of the stitch, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now make a single crochet till the end of this row, and I will meet you there. So in every stitch, make a single crochet. You will have 8 in all. Row 6 is a single crochet row. Chain 1 and then turn your work. Begin making single crochet in this first single crochet. We will make a single crochet in every stitch. At the end of the row, we are going to have 29 single crochet and I will meet you there. Row 7 is a single crochet row. Chain 1 and then turn your work. Begin making a single crochet in this first stitch. Make a single crochet in all the single crochets till the end of the row. You will have 29. I will meet you there. Row 8. Row 8 is a single crochet row. Chain 1 and then turn your work. At the end of row 8, we are going to change to purple color. So I will meet you at the last stitch. Make a single crochet in every single crochet. I have reached the last stitch of row 8. In this stitch, we are going to switch over to the purple color. So insert your hook in the last stitch below both the loops of the V. Yarn over with the green and then pull through. Once you have 2 loops on your hook, you are going to drop the green yarn. Now we are just going to pull up the purple yarn from before. So just pull it up, yarn over and then pull through both the loops on your hook. So we have now switched over to purple. Row 9. Chain 1 and then turn your work. Now we have made 4 rows in purple and then 4 rows in green. Now we are going to make 4 rows in purple. The first row is always going to be the spike stitch row and the next 3 rows will be single crochet rows. Make 8 single crochet beginning in this first single crochet. So make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now we are going to make our spike stitch. Work the spike stitch in the same way. Go 1 below, 2 behind, pull up a loop, 2 below, 1 behind, pull up a loop, 3 below, pull up a loop, 2 below, 1 ahead, pull up a loop, 1 below and 2 ahead and pull up a loop. Once you have 6 long loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now turn your work to the back, skip this next single crochet and then single crochet in the next single crochet. Make sure you push the working yarn behind the stitch that you want to single crochet in. Then insert your hook in the stitch, yarn over and pull through, make a single crochet. This is our first single crochet. Make 6 more. So now we have 7 single crochet in all and we are ready to make our next spike stitch. Now we are going to continue till the end of the row in the same way. We will make a spike stitch, then make 7 single crochet, make a spike stitch and end the row with 4 single crochet in the last 4 stitches. So I made a spike stitch and then made 4 single crochet to end the row. In this row I am going to have 29 stitches like all the other rows. Chain 1 and turn your work for row 10. This is a single crochet row. So begin making single crochet from the first single crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row and I will meet you there. Row 11 and 12 are single crochet rows. Chain 1, turn, single crochet across for row 11, then chain 1, turn and single crochet across for row 12. I will meet you at the end of row 12. I have reached the end of row 12. In the last single crochet we are going to switch over to green. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through with the purple yarn. Once you have 2 loops, drop the purple yarn and pick up the green yarn. So just pull it up, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. This is going to be a spike stitch row. This is the same as the first green spike stitch row. So we are going to make 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we are going to make a spike stitch. Make your spike stitch. Once you have 6 loops, yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now you are going to skip 1 single crochet for the spike stitch and single crochet in the next 7 single crochet. So we will just repeat this pattern till the end of the row and I will meet you there. Just like the row before in green, I have reached the end and made 8 single crochet in the last 8 single crochet. Now we are going to make 3 single crochet rows. Chain 1, turn your work and single crochet in all the single crochet. So after the spike stitch row, I have made 3 single crochet rows in green. Next, I have switched over to purple in the last stitch. Chain 1 and then turn the work for the next row. We are going to repeat the last 8 rows 2 more times. So make 4 rows in purple, 4 rows in green and repeat this entire pattern 2 more times. I will meet you once you finish. Once we finish all the pattern repeats of pattern A, we are going to switch over to pattern B, which is in the pink yarn. So in the last stitch of the row, insert your hook, yarn over with the green, pull through. Once you have 2 loops, you will drop the green yarn, pick up the pink yarn in a loop form, catch it on your hook and then pull it through. And now we are going to work with the pink yarn. We are going to work pattern B with a 6.5mm hook. So now we can cut off both the green and the purple yarn after leaving 4 inches to weave them in. This is pattern B, and in every new pattern we are going to start with row 1 again to avoid any confusion. So row 1 of pattern B, chain 2, 1 and 2. This is going to count as a half double crochet. Turn your work. So we are not going to work in this first single crochet because we have already made a half double crochet. In the next single crochet we will make another half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in the next single crochet, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. This is your half double crochet in the next stitch. Now yarn over and in the next stitch again make a half double crochet. Continue making half double crochets in all the single crochets till the end of the row and I will meet you there. So we will count this chain 2 as a stitch and at the end of the row we are going to have 29 half double crochet. Row 2 is the same as row 1, chain 2. Turn your work. Once you turn your work, don't work in this first stitch because the chain 2 counts as half double crochet. Begin working in the second half double crochet. We are going to make a half double crochet in every half double crochet till the end of the row and I will meet you there. I have reached the end of row 2. I have made a half double crochet in the last half double crochet, but this chain 2 also counts as a half double crochet, so make a half double crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. This is the end of row 2. Row 3. We are now going to begin with a chain 2 and turn our work. As always, the chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. We will not work in this first half double crochet. Make a half double crochet in the second half double crochet. And now we are going to begin our pattern. So we are going to skip the next stitch and in this next stitch we will make a half double crochet. We have worked in the stitch, skip the next stitch. In the next stitch, make a half double crochet. We have skipped this third stitch. So now we are going to come back to this half double crochet and in the post of this half double crochet we will make a front post double crochet. If you get confused you can always count 1, 2 and 3 and this is the stitch we are going to make a front post double crochet. Working in the skipped half double crochet, yarn over, then from the front we are going to go below this half double crochet post like this. So now we are going to yarn over and pull through. Once we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Once we have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both the loops. We are just going to repeat this pattern till the end of the row. So we have worked in this stitch, skip the next stitch. In the next stitch, make a half double crochet. Now we will go back to the skipped half double crochet and in the post make a front post double crochet, yarn over. From the front, we are going to go below the skipped half double crochet post like this, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So continue repeating this till the end of the row and I will meet you there. So I have finished my last repeat. In this last half double crochet, I made a half double crochet, went back to the skip stitch and made a front post double crochet in the skip stitch. Now I have my chain 2 left. In this chain 2, I am going to make a half double crochet to end this row. Chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work. This chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. We will not work in this first stitch. Now go to the second stitch, make a half double crochet. Go to the third stitch, make a half double crochet. So make a half double crochet in every stitch till the end of this row, and I will meet you there. End row 4 with a half double crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. You will have 29 stitches counting the first chain 2. Chain 2, turn your work for row 5. Now row 5 is the same as row 3. We are now going to repeat row 3 and 4 for pattern. This chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. We will not work in the first stitch. In the next stitch, make a half double crochet. Now skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch we will work a half double crochet. Now we are going to go back in the post of the skip stitch and work a front post double crochet. Yarn over from the front, go below the post, make your front post double crochet. Now we will continue the same way till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. End the row with a half double crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. The next row is the same as row 4. Chain 2, turn your work. So row 6 is a half double crochet row. The chain 2 counts as half double crochet in the first stitch. Now in the second stitch, start making your half double crochet till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. This is row 3 and 4. We have already repeated it once. Repeat it 7 more times. I will meet you once you finish. After you finish all the repeats in pink, we are now going to switch over to the blue yarn for pattern C. Make the last stitch in the second chain of the chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over with the pink and pull through. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We are going to drop the pink yarn and pick up the light blue yarn in a loop form, catch it on your hook and pull it through all 3 loops. We have switched over to blue. For pattern C, we have switched over to the 6mm hook. You can now cut off the pink yarn. Row 1 in pattern C, chain 1 and turn your work. This is a single crochet row. Begin making single crochet in this first stitch. You can single crochet over this yarn to weave it in. Make a single crochet in every stitch till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. End row 1 by a single crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. This is because this chain 2 is a half double crochet. If you count your single crochet, you are going to have 29 at the end of row 1. For row 2, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. After we turn our work, begin making single crochet in this first stitch. This is also a single crochet row. I will meet you once you finish this row. In the last stitch of row 2, we are going to switch over to the blue yarn. So insert your hook below both the loops of the V, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the light blue yarn and pick up the blue yarn. Catch it on your hook and then pull it through both the loops. Row 3, chain 1 and then turn your work. Row 3 is a single crochet row. So starting in this first single crochet, make a single crochet in every stitch till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. You will have 29 single crochet at the end of the row. At the end of row 3, you are going to have 29 stitches, chain 1 and turn your work for row 4. Now we are going to work the bobble stitch row. Remember, we will always work the bobble stitch on the wrong side. So begin with a single crochet in the first single crochet of the row. Single crochet in the next single crochet. And now we are going to make our bobble stitch. So in this next stitch, we will make our bobble stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over and pull through. Once we have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. This is an incomplete double crochet. Now we will go back to the same stitch and make 3 more. Yarn over, go back to the same stitch, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go back to the same stitch, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through only 2 loops. Yarn over and go back to the same stitch, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through only 2 loops. Now we have 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Now this is our bobble stitch. After this, we are going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So we have worked in this stitch. Beginning in this stitch, make 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet and 3 single crochet. In this row, we are going to make a bobble stitch and then 3 single crochet. Let us make the bobble stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook in the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Repeat this 3 more times. The loops on your hook will go on increasing. Now once we have 5 loops, we are going to yarn over and pull through all 5. Now single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. So continue repeating this till the end of the row. Bobble stitch and 3 single crochet. So after the last bobble stitch and 3 single crochet, I have 3 single crochet left. In this single crochet, I will make a bobble stitch. Then I will make 2 single crochet and switch over to the light blue yarn. Let's do it together. Bobble stitch. Once you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5. Single crochet. And in the last single crochet, we are going to switch colors. Now we are going to repeat these 4 rows 7 more times. So we are going to just chain 1 and turn our work. Make 2 rows of single crochet in light blue. So beginning in the first stitch, make a single crochet. Make a single crochet in the next stitch. You may have to turn your work to see the single crochets clearly. So this is the bobble, and once you turn your work, you can see the V, and this will be a single crochet. So make sure you make 1 single crochet in every stitch till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. At the end of the row, we are going to chain 1 and then turn our work for our second single crochet row in light blue. So begin single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row, and I am going to meet you there. At the end of the second single crochet row in light blue, we will always switch over to the blue. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, drop the light blue and pick up the blue, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now in the blue, we are going to make a single crochet row. Chain 1, turn your work. We will make 1 row of single crochet first. So begin working in the first stitch. Make a single crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. Row 4 of our repeat is also a bobble stitch row. So we will chain 1 and then turn our work. Make a single crochet in the first single crochet. Single crochet in the next single crochet. And now we are going to work a bobble stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Repeat this 3 more times in the same stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Now we have 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. We will make a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So make 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet. Repeat this pattern till the end of the row. So bobble stitch and 3 single crochet. We are now going to repeat the 4 row pattern 6 more times. That means we will make 2 rows of single crochet in light blue, 1 row of single crochet in blue, and then 1 row of bobble stitch 6 more times. I will meet you once you finish. Once we finish all the repeat rows, we are now going to switch over to the yellow yarn for pattern D. So insert your hook in the last stitch, yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops, drop the blue yarn, pick up the yellow, switch over to yellow. You can cut all the remaining yarns, and we are going to use the 6.5mm hook for the pattern in yellow. Row 1 of the pattern D. Chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Turn your work. Now we are going to skip the first 2 stitches. We have already made a double crochet in the first stitch. Now skip the second single crochet and we are going to be working in the third stitch. In this third stitch, we are going to make 3 double crochet in the same stitch. After the bobble row, always turn your work to see the stitches clearly. We have worked in this stitch, we are skipping this stitch. In the third stitch, we are going to make 3 double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in the third stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. This is your first double crochet. Yarn over, go back to the same stitch, make your second double crochet. Yarn over, go back to the same stitch and make your third double crochet. After this, we are going to skip 2 stitches, skip 1, skip 2, and in this next stitch, again make 3 double crochet. So yarn over, go to the next stitch, make 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet, all in the same stitch. Repeat this pattern till the last 2 stitches. After we have worked in this stitch, skip 1 stitch, skip 2 stitch, and in the third stitch we are going to make 3 double crochet. So be careful that you don't work into the wrong stitch. If you can't see clearly, just turn your work to see all the stitches. After the 3 double crochet in 1 stitch, I have 2 stitches left. So I am going to skip the second last single crochet, and in the last single crochet, I am going to make a double crochet. So skip the second last, in the last single crochet, make a double crochet. This is the end of row 1. Row 2. Chain 3 and turn your work. 1, 2, 3. This is a double crochet. Turn your work. So in this row, in the first double crochet, we have already worked a double crochet. Now we are going to skip this next stitch, and in this next double crochet, we will make a V stitch. So we have worked a double crochet in the first double crochet, skip the next stitch, and in this third double crochet, make a V stitch. To make a V stitch, we will make a double crochet first. So make a double crochet. Now we are going to chain 1 and double crochet again in the same stitch. So go back to the same stitch and make a double crochet. We have worked in this double crochet. We are now going to skip the next 2. Skip and skip. And in this next double crochet, we are going to make a V stitch. So make a double crochet first. Now chain 1, go back to the same stitch and make a double crochet. So for this row, our repeat pattern is skip 2 double crochet, and in the next double crochet, we will make a V stitch, that is double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, all in the same stitch. I will meet you at the end of this row. After this last V stitch, I have a double crochet and a chain 3 left. So I am going to skip this double crochet, and in the third chain of the chain 3, I am going to make a double crochet to end this row. This is the end of row 2. Chain 3 and turn your work for row 3. 1, 2, 3. This counts as our first double crochet of the row. In row 3, we are just going to make 3 double crochet in all the chain 1 spaces. So let me show you. This chain 3 will count as our first double crochet, and now we are going to jump to this chain 1 space. Yarn over, insert your hook into this chain 1 space and make your double crochet. Now make another double crochet in the same space. Make another double crochet in the same space. We have 3 double crochet in the chain 1 space. We are going to keep doing the same till the end of the row. Jump to the next chain 1 space, make 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet and 3 double crochet. I will meet you at the end of the row. I have made 3 double crochet in the last chain 1 space, and now I have 1 double crochet and the chain 3 left. I am going to skip this 1 double crochet, and in the third chain of the chain 3, I am going to make a double crochet to end this row. Now we will just repeat row 2 and 3 for pattern 5 more times. So 2 and 3, 5 more times. After we finish all the rows in pattern D, we have finished part 1. Leave about 4 to 5 inches of the yarn and then cut it. Now you're going to pull out a loop by tugging on your crochet hook. Now for part 2, 3 and 4, the patterns ABCD are going to remain the same. We are just going to rearrange them in each part. Now we are going to start part 2. As you can see in the image, we will begin with pattern C, then jump to pattern D, then pattern A and then pattern B. So in part 2, I am going to switch the bobble stitch and make it with the light blue instead of the blue. I will make the single crochet rows in blue and the bobble stitch in the light blue color. Begin with the 6mm hook and the blue yarn. Make a slip knot. Now we are going to chain 30. I will meet you once we finish chaining 30. Row 1. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch. Skip the first stitch. In the second stitch, make a single crochet. Single crochet in all the chains till the end of the row and I will meet you there. At the end of row 1, I have 29 single crochet. Begin row 2 with a chain 1. Turn your work. Now just single crochet beginning in the first stitch till the end of the row. I will meet you once you finish. I have reached the last stitch of row 2. In this single crochet, we will switch over to the light blue yarn. So, insert your hook below both the loops of the V of the last stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Once you have 2 loops, drop the current yarn, pick up the new yarn, which is light blue, and pull it through both the loops. Now we are going to make the third row in the light blue, which is the exact opposite of part 1. Chain 1, turn your work. Row 3 is a single crochet row. So begin making single crochet in the first stitch and single crochet in all the stitches. At the end of the row, we are going to chain 1 and turn for row 4. Row 4 is the bobble row. Make a single crochet in the first 2 single crochet. Next, we are going to make a bobble stitch in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Repeat it 3 more times. 1, 2 and 3. Once we have 5 loops, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Now single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. We are going to repeat this pattern till the end of the row. Bobble stitch and 3 single crochet. I have ended the 4th row with a bobble stitch and 2 single crochet in the last 2 stitches. So now we are going to repeat these 4 rows for pattern 7 more times. Once we finish pattern C, we will jump to pattern D. We are going to make pattern D with a 6.5mm crochet hook. All the rows will remain the same. Once we finish all the repeats in pattern D or the yellow lace pattern, we are always going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. Now this is where we have finished the yellow pattern. We are going to rejoin the purple yarn on this side, which is the side opposite the slip knot. We will work pattern A with the 6mm crochet hook. This chain 3 is the first double crochet of the row. So in the third chain, we are going to join the yarn. So count the chains 1, 2 and 3. This is the third chain. Insert your crochet hook in the third chain. Catch the purple yarn in a loop form on your hook and pull it through. Now you are going to chain 1. We are going to make our first single crochet in the same stitch. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So go back to the same stitch. Make a single crochet. Make a single crochet in the next stitch. As you can see, I am working over this yarn to weave it in. Now make a single crochet in the next stitch. Continue making a single crochet in every stitch till the end of the row. We will end with 29 single crochet. I have finished row 1 of pattern A with a single crochet in the last double crochet. I have 29 single crochet. Now the rest of the rows will remain the same as part 1. After we finish pattern A, we are going to jump to pattern B and make it with a 6.5mm crochet hook. The rows are the same as part 1. In part 3, we are going to start with pattern B and the 6.5mm crochet hook. we will jump to pattern C with a 6 mm crochet hook. We will jump to pattern D with a 6.5 mm crochet hook, and we will jump to pattern A with the 6 mm hook. Pattern C will remain the same as part 1. So we will make the bobble stitches in blue color and the single crochet rows in light blue. We are going to start with pattern B. So we are going to use the 6.5 mm hook and the pink yarn. Make a slip knot. Next we are going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3. I'll meet you once you finish. Row 1, we are going to half double crochet in the third chain from the hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch. Skip the first chain, skip the second chain. In the third chain, make a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now we have skipped 2 chains, and this is going to be our first half double crochet of this row. Now just continue making half double crochet, 1 in every chain, till the end of the row, and I will meet you there. I finished row 1. If you count the V's, you're going to have 29 stitches. The chain 2 counts as a stitch, so don't forget to count it. From row 2, the rest of the pattern B is the same as part 1. So repeat all the rows of pattern B. Then you will switch to C. All the rows of C are same as part 1. Then you will switch to D. And all the rows in pattern D are same as part 1. Once we finish pattern D, we are going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. We are going to join the yarn for pattern A on the other side. This is where we have finished pattern D. Now we are going to rejoin the purple yarn on this side in the third chain. Insert your hook, catch the purple yarn, pull it through. Chain 1. Chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Single crochet in the same stitch. Single crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row, and that will be your row 1 in pattern A. All the rest of the rows in pattern A will remain the same as part 1. Once we finish pattern A, we will have finished all the parts of part 3, so we will cut the yarn and pull out a loop. Now this is part 4. We are going to begin with pattern D, then jump to pattern A, then pattern B, and then pattern C. After pattern D, we are going to cut the yarn and rejoin it like we have for part 2 and 3. You can see in the image, just like part 2, I am going to make the bobbles in pattern B with the light blue color and the single crochet rows in the blue color. Begin part 4 with a 6.5 mm hook and the yellow yarn. So make a slip knot with the yellow yarn. Now we are going to chain 31. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will meet you once we finish chain 31. Row 1. We are going to double crochet 3 times in the 5th chain from the hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch. Skip the first chain, second chain, third chain, fourth chain. And in this 5th chain, we are going to make 3 double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the 5th chain. Yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Make another double crochet in the same chain. Make another double crochet in the same chain. Now we will begin our repeat pattern. We have worked in this chain, skip 2 chains, 1 and 2. And in this next chain, we will again make 3 double crochet in the same chain. So now we are going to skip 2 chains. We have worked in this chain, skip the next chain, skip the next chain. And in this next chain, we will make 3 double crochet. Repeat this till the end of the row and I will meet you there. I have reached the end of row 1. I have made 3 double crochet in this chain and I have 2 chains left. So I will skip the second last chain. And in the last chain, make a double crochet to end the row. Now the rest of the rows will remain the same as part 1. Once we finish, we are going to cut the yarn and then join on the other side. After we finish all the repeats of pattern D, we are going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. For pattern A, we are going to join the purple yarn on the other side. With the 6mm hook, we will begin pattern A. Once we finish pattern A, we are going to continue with pattern B, then pattern C. And then we are going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. We have finished part 4. Pattern C in part 4 is going to resemble part 2. Our bobbles will be in light blue and the single crochet rows will be in blue, as you can see in the image. Remember, for pattern A and C, we are going to use the smaller hook, and for pattern B and D, we are going to use the larger hook. Place all the 4 parts how you want to join them. You can join them any way you want with any stitch. I will explain how I have joined them. Once you place all the 4 parts, you are going to turn them to the wrong side because we are going to sew on the wrong side. When we place the parts together, the chains are going to face away from each other and the last row or the top of each part is going to face each other. So the chain is going to face away and the last row or the top is going to face each other. Now what I have done is I have joined part 2 and 3 together first. Then I have joined part 1 and 4. And then I have joined these 2 big parts together by a whip stitch in the center. Join any way that you want, but make sure that you join on the wrong side to hide the seams. So I have joined 2 and 3 first with a whip stitch here. Then I joined 1 and 4 with a whip stitch here. And then I joined these 2 big parts together with a whip stitch along this line. Now when you begin sewing, make sure that you line the squares up exactly against one another. Stretch them out a bit if it is needed. We will now begin the border of our pocket shawl. We are going to use the 6mm crochet hook and the green yarn. We are going to attach the yarn in any one corner of the pocket shawl. Begin by attaching the yarn in a corner stitch. Insert your hook into the corner stitch. Catch the yarn, pull it through. Now we are going to begin with a chain 2. 1 and 2. This counts as a half double crochet. Now we are going to half double crochet in every stitch. In this case, in every chain, we will just half double crochet. So I will meet you once we reach the next corner. So now I have reached the corner stitch. In all the corner stitches, we are going to increase. So we are going to make 1 half double crochet. Make another half double crochet in the same stitch. Now we are going to chain 1, so just yarn over and pull through and go back to the same stitch and make 2 more half double crochet. So make 1 half double crochet and another half double crochet. So we have made 2 half double crochet, chain 1 and 2 half double crochet. I am going to mark the chain 1 space with a stitch marker. This is going to be my corner stitch for the next round. Now turn the work and continue making half double crochet as evenly as possible. So work all the corners in the same way and I will meet you once you finish this round. I have reached the end of the round where I first began. So this is my first stitch where I made my chain 2. The chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. This is also my corner stitch. So in the same stitch I am going to make 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, then I'm going to chain 1, go back to the same stitch and make a half double crochet. So now in this corner stitch I have 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 1 half double crochet and a chain 2 which counts as a half double crochet, which is same as all the other corner stitches. And now I'm going to join by a slip stitch to the second chain of the chain 2. So insert your hook in the second chain, yarn over and pull through and then pull through the loop on your hook. Mark the corner stitch with a stitch marker so that you know which the next corner stitch is. Let us begin round 2. Chain 2, 1 and 2. This counts as a half double crochet. In row 2, we are going to work only in the back loop. This is the front loop and this is the back loop. So insert your hook only in this back loop. So let us make a half double crochet in the back loop. Make a half double crochet in the back loop of the next stitch. Make a half double crochet in the back loop. I will meet you once you reach the corner stitches. So as you can see, this is leaving a pretty pattern. So now I have reached my chain 1 stitch, which I have marked with a stitch marker. This is my corner stitch. So in this corner stitch, I am going to make, in the back loop, I am going to make 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, chain 1, go back to the same stitch, make 1 half double crochet and another half double crochet. Take your stitch marker and move it up to the next corner stitch so that you don't miss it. You can also work into the chain 1 space and make 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet in this chain 1 space, however you want. Now we are just going to continue making half double crochet in every stitch to the next corner stitch. Work a corner stitch. I will meet you once you finish this round. I have reached the end of the round and this is my corner stitch marked with a stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker, make 2 half double crochet, chain 1 and 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Now I'm just going to join by a slip stitch to the second chain of the chain 2 stitch. You can mark the next corner stitch with a stitch marker. If you want, you can stop your border here or you can make another round. So round 3 will be exactly like round 2. Begin with a chain 2, half double crochet in the back loop of all the stitches. Make a corner stitch for every corner stitch. Once you reach the last corner stitch, in this stitch you are going to make 2 half double crochet, chain 1 and 2 half double crochet all in the same stitch. Continue making 1 half double crochet in the back loop till you reach the first stitch. Then join by a slip stitch to the second chain of the chain 2 stitch. Cut the yarn, pull out a loop and then weave all the yarns in. As you can see, I have used a separate pattern for pocket 1 and for pocket 2. If you want to make them same, you can make them same or you can make it different like I have. Now this is my first pocket and the pattern is same as part 1 of our pocket shawl. Now we are going to begin with the purple yarn. We will chain 30. Then we are going to repeat all these rows in pattern A of part 1. That means 4 rows of purple, 4 rows of green, 4 rows of purple and 4 rows of green. Once we finish this entire repeat of 16 rows, we will then jump to pattern B. We will change the colors and then repeat the first 6 rows of pattern B in the pink yarn exactly as part 1. For the last part of the pocket, we will switch to the light blue yarn and make the first 4 rows of pattern C exactly like part 1. Then we are going to make 3 more rows in single crochet in the blue yarn. Let me just repeat the pattern of the pocket again. Chain 30 with the purple yarn. Repeat the first 16 rows of pattern A in part 1. Then we are going to switch to pattern B in part 1. Repeat the first 6 rows. Then we are going to switch to pattern C in part 1. Repeat the first 4 rows and then make 3 single crochet rows in the blue yarn to finish our pocket. So now I'm going to start making the border. So on the top left of the right side of the pocket, this is where I'm going to attach the yarn. We're not going to work a border on the top. Attach the yarn in this corner and then work the border on 3 sides. So insert your hook, catch the yarn, pull it through. Now we are going to chain 2. Now we are going to half double crochet across as evenly as possible till the corner. And in the corner, we will make a corner stitch. You can half double crochet over the tail end so that you don't have to weave it in. In the corner stitch, we are going to make a corner stitch just like the border. So we make 2 half double crochet, chain 1 and 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Single crochet across, make a corner stitch in the next corner stitch and continue till the end. Once we finish the border on all 3 sides of the pocket, we are going to cut the yarn leaving about 40 inches to sew the pocket on, then pull out a loop. We will now begin the second pocket. We will use the dark green yarn and the 6mm crochet hook. Begin with a slip knot. We are using the dark green yarn and the 6mm crochet hook. Now we are going to chain 30. I will meet you once you finish chaining 30. In row 1, we will half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. Half double crochet in all the chains till the end of the row and I will meet you there. At the end of row 1 and all the other rows, we are going to have 29 stitches. Now remember, this first chain 2 counts as a stitch. Now begin row 2 with a chain 2. This is the first half double crochet of the row. Turn your work. Now skip the first stitch and begin working in the back loop of the second stitch. So half double crochet in the back loop of the second stitch and half double crochet in all the stitches till the end of the row. I will meet you once you finish. Now I have reached the end of the row. I have half double crochet in the last half double crochet. Now I am going to half double crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. Don't forget to half double crochet in the second chain of the chain 2. Count your stitches. You must have 29 in this row. Now we will just repeat row 2 for pattern till we have 16 rows in all. So chain 2, turn your work and then half double crochet beginning in the second stitch in the back loop only. Continue till the end of the row and I will meet you once you finish the pocket. Now once you finish repeating row 2 till your pocket measures the same size as the other pocket, we will finish the pocket with a last row of pattern B. Now remember that this is the last row. I'm just going to show you how to work it and then we'll finish the entire pocket. Chain 2. Turn your work. So the last row is going to be worked on the right side of the pocket. Chain 2 is the first half double crochet. Now in the next stitch, you're going to make a half double crochet. Go below both the loops. Make your half double crochet. Now skip one stitch and half double crochet in the next stitch. This is same as row 3 of pattern B in pink. Now we are going to make a front post double crochet in the skipped half double crochet. So this is my skipped half double crochet. Go back to it and make a front post double crochet. So just like row 3 of pattern B, we're going to repeat this till the end of the row and we will end with a half double crochet in the chain 2 of the previous row. So once we finish making the entire pocket, we're going to finish at this end with the front post double crochet row. Now we will make the border in the same way as we did for the first pocket. Just chain 2, half double crochet and increase at each corner. Increase at this corner and this corner. Work your half double crochet till the end of this row. Now here you are going to cut the yarn and pull out a loop. We will leave about 40 inches of the yarn so that we can sew the pocket. Like in the image, mark the 4 corners of your pocket on the shawl with a pin or a stitch marker so that you know where to sew the pocket. Once we place the pocket and mark it with pins or with stitch markers, we are going to sew with the yarn that we had left behind with the in and out stitch. So we will sew on 3 sides, leaving the top open. To sew the pocket on straight, just follow a line of single crochet or double crochet and same for the other 2 sides. If you want to see exactly how to sew on the pocket and add a fringe, I have linked the video on the top right of the screen and in the description below. If you want to attach a fringe, you're going to do it in the 3rd row of the border in alternate half double crochet. I've linked the video below on how to make and attach the fringe. If you have liked this pattern, please subscribe and press on the bell icon and select the all option to be alerted for all new videos. You can find the written pattern in the link below. Here are some tutorials you may enjoy.